those expecting a rigorous, a classroom-friendly march through Ferdinand Magellan's historical voyage will find themselves adrift in Lev Diaz's Magellan. Diaz isn't interested in the logistics of the Portuguese explorers' push into the Philippines. Instead, he dissects the colonial mentality, exploring how religion acts as both a compass and a convenient excuse when power seeks divine justification. Gail Garca Bernal is a masterstroke of castings. Diaz utilizes Bernal's natural magnetism to lock the audience onto a man who becomes increasingly indefensible. This Magellan is a volatile mix of deep piety and suffocating vanity traits Diaz treats like a contagion spreading through the ship. The film lingers on his paranoia and the thin line between maintaining order and feeding an ego that demands absolute obedience. By the time the expedition reaches land, Diaz has successfully immersed the viewer in the exhaustion, hunger, and spiritual delusions that turn survival into doctrine. The film's greatest strength is also its primary barrier, Diaz's refusal to compromise. At 163 minutes, Magellan demands a total surrender to its pace, privileging moods and morals wrought over tidy historical contexts. This deliberate pacing makes the eventual bursts of confrontation land with a visceral thud. When Western religion is finally forced upon the locals as an inevitability, the resulting sense of grim consequences feels earned, even if the road there is stubbornly punishing. The verdict: I admired Magellan more than I loved it. While the craft is undeniable and Diaz's anti-imperialist gaze is unflinching, the film's commitment to spiritual fixation occasionally flattens the narrative into a repetitive thesis. It is a powerful, austere work that stops just short of greatness. However, Diaz's uncompromising attack on the conqueror's ego feels particularly timely. Living in a country where the current president seems hell-bent on bending every piece of infrastructure to his personal whim, watching this cinematic takedown of a historical egomaniac provided a necessary, if somber, catharsis. If you can meet it on its own terms, ideally in a theater where the stillness can take hold, there is a great deal to chew on. Score: 6/10.